Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. If there's only one thing you can take away from this episode, before you sign something, read it, okay? Before you sign anything in life, read it. Read it twice if you have to. Read it 3 times if you have to, okay? That is literally. I mean, granted, I did love this episode, but again, if you take nothing else away from this episode, away from this video, is read it before you sign it. Whatever it is, whatever paper it is, just read it before you sign it. I want to stress that. Now, all 3 of these ladies got to sign this piece of paper. Kayla meets Adrian. Um, Kate is in purgatory. She meets Jordan Ridgway. And of course, Marlena is with Susan. Turns out they're not with any of those people. But they do talk for a while. They do get them to sign this, these papers or whatever. And I think Kayla was like, oh, well, shouldn't I have like a lawyer read over this? And, Adrian was like, oh, well, there's not really too many of these up here. I'm like, bro, it would take you like, what, 2 minutes to sit there and sign it? You can't sit there and read what is, like, what are you doing? Okay, cool. So all 3 of them sign it, right? And of course, when they all leave, they put on their devil faces, their eyes and everything like that. They all wind up getting into a room. They meet each other, and, they're kind of sad that, they all ended up there. They kind of all talk about, hey, I sit there and sign some sort of piece of paper. Susan comes back down, and Susan's pretty much like, yeah, got some news to tell you. Those people that you're talking to, yeah, they're not who you thought that they were. And me, yeah, I'm not even Susan Banks. And it fades away to just shows all 3 of the ladies, and she starts taking off the hair and the glasses and the teeth and everything like that. And then Marlena's just like, it's you. And I'm like, okay, who is it? Who is it? I want to know who it is. And then it just fades to the credits, and I was like, that's how you do a cliffhanger Friday. That's how you do a cliffhanger Friday. I loved it. Give him props. That's how you properly do a cliffhanger Friday. Now, Sarah. I'm going to sit there and say this again, like I said this yesterday. Sarah, you can't have it both ways. Okay? You can't sit there and get jealous of Xander hooking up with Gwen. Oh, it's only been like 5 minutes. The ink hasn't even dried yet. So what? So what? Who cares if the ink dried yet? You don't get to sit there and go off on him. You stormed in there and you want this man to sit there and sign the divorce papers. And he fought you on it for a little bit, but you got your way. You got your way, so why are you whining for? You don't get to do that. You don't get to sit there and be jealous and start going at both of them and calling her all sorts of names. I was like, boom, seriously? You're not in. This isn't high school, bro. Like, you're a grown woman. Could you try to act like it a little bit? No, of course not. She got to sit there and start going off on both of them. And of course, Xander's sitting there sticking up for Gwen. Xander was like, yo, listen, you want this to happen. You wanted this divorce to happen. So you don't get to sit there and judge me and get upset with whoever I decide to go out with. Doesn't matter. And I'm so glad that he put her in her place because she deserved that. She really deserved that. And that made my night. Sarah brings up all the stuff that Gwen did, and they just go back and forth. And in the end, Sarah acts like a 12-year-old little girl, and she takes their breakfast or whatever and just like knocks her on the ground. I was like, are you kidding me? And of course, you later see her sitting on the bench crying, on the park bench or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I don't care. I was like, I do not care about your tears. Go kick rocks somewhere. You knew exactly what you were getting into when you met her. So I thought I can change. Are you kidding me? This dumb, naive chick actually said, I thought I can change him. Yep, spoken like an idiot. Gwen was thankful of Xander sticking up for her. Xander was like, you know what, listen, since everyone wants to think that we are monsters and everything, let's act like monsters, okay? Let's take this town for all they're worth. And I'm with it. I am with it. Um True Bonnie and Clyde right there. I'm with it. Now, John is not there, feeling kind of sad. He sees this couple, whatever, that is um, giving a lot of reminding of what it was like for Marlena and him, particularly about ordering breakfast and ordering the same thing. And trust me, I always order the same thing for breakfast every single day. And I love it. Um, but at some point, Roman comes over. They're talking for a little bit. And, John is like, I'm waiting for Steve. Steve got something going on. Steve comes in there. Steve's like, hey, you two, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. Don't worry, I'm gonna pay for your breakfast. And, tomorrow Ron can sit there and take care of you. But you gotta go. You gotta go right now. Hey, don't forget your OJ. So they leave. Steve is like, yo, let's take out Orpheus. Let's put him 6 feet under. And at first both of them just like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, bro, we can't do this. Steve gives all the reasons why. Now, Rome is resistant. John was like, you know what? I'm with it. Because not that long ago, we were sitting right over there. He said we should take Orpheus out before he hurts anyone that we love. And I sat there and I said the same thing that you said. And look at all three of us now. Where did it get us? So, I'm with him. And then finally, Rome decided to join the team. Rome was really against this. I mean, granted, they were both really talking about this. Rome was really against this. So I was surprised. Rome's like, all right, we'll do this. Because Steve was like, listen, we just walk out of here, pretend this conversation never happened. We just do it. And Rome was like, no, we can't. I'm in. Now, granted, this is revenge. But the other part is helping them out. Because I feel like he feels that they would be much more successful with all three of them working together. So he decided to join the team, and yeah, so that's the plan. They're gonna sit there and take out Orpheus. My little heart. I've only seen Orpheus a handful of times, but when I saw him the first time, when he kidnapped John, and this is when Hope was on the show, and Rafe was battling some woman for custody of some child that wasn't his. I remember seeing Orpheus the first time, and I was like, I like this guy. I like this guy. This guy is giving me a lot of Jerry Jacks vibes, except for he's not as unhinged. I like this guy. So I don't want them to sit and kill off Orpheus, obviously, but I am looking forward to this whole plot, this whole journey to sit there and get Orpheus. I'm looking forward towards that. Gotta say, as usual. Well, Days was actually definitely ahead, but GH was also pretty good as well. Yeah, yeah, they were both actually pretty good. Even YNR was really good. YNR was good. I don't think it was as good as those two. Obviously, my list would be Days, and then GH, and then YNR, and then after a while we'll go to B&B. Don't get me wrong, I love B&B. It's my favorite new cartoon. It's my favorite new sitcom of this year. I am loving it. Days is actually pretty good. It's right, concise, to the point. They didn't sit there and waste their time on filler characters, and I loved it. Man, sometimes I sit there and I look at all four of you so I'm just like, geez, can you just kind of pay attention a little bit to what they're doing? And don't get me wrong, GH was not bad today, but they just had scenes that weren't really necessary. I know they're trying to do some chemistry test between Ava and Austin, and I don't really care. I really don't care. And all Joss wound up doing was complaining to Jason 2.0, aka Mr. Robot. So, but I will give them their props because the good stuff definitely outweighed the stuff that wasn't necessary. Days killed it today, as usual. That being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.